Good morning, parents and carers. It's Simon Abeledo here at Rush Green Primary School. The date is the 9th of July 2021. Just wanted to give you a couple of updates on sort of where we are, particularly after the recent announcements that have been made by the government around the relaxation of rules on July the 19th, which I think we're all, safe to say, quite excited about. So, obviously we've only got a couple of weeks now until we break up the summer holidays, and we know that rules are being relaxed on July 19th. We've got a couple of staff members that are unwell. Like everyone else, the stresses and strains the last 18 months are sort of starting to take their toll, so I think the summer holidays could come at a bit of time really. But as I say, we're really pleased with the recent announcements, and you know, it's looking like that there'll be no bubbles, which is going to be, well, it's going to make things so much easier in school. No children self-isolating. If they're a close contact, you know, that's looking good. That's only though if a PCR shows that things that they are negative. The staggered starts and end of the school days we can remove, so that we go back to our normal procedures. I know that's going to please an awful lot of you. It's going to make things a lot easier, and it's going to mean with the bubbles and the relaxation around the stagger, that when it is raining and things like that, we can go back to normal procedures, getting the children in quickly, and all you lot aren't hanging about for you know, half an hour plus, standing around in puddles up to your knees. So hopefully we can get that sorted. So it's also going to mean an end to mask wearing for those that don't wish to wear them. Now, a lot of the school staff will probably still maintain a bit of mask wearing. We're going to give it to them as a choice, and certainly on the gate I think staff will be wearing masks. Just because we do know that COVID is still about. We know it's a fact of life going forward, of course, but I think an extra layer of protection isn't going to cause, well, it seems sensible to me, put it that way. So, our plans for the next few days, you know, leading up now to the end of term, we're going to continue just with the way things are, just for the sake of well, July the 19th. We're in the last week anyway, we've got a few days there. We'll just continue with the way things are. Obviously, the relaxation around mask wearing means that if you don't feel that you want to wear your mask, you're entitled not to wear it if you don't want to. Many of you will, and obviously, I think for the sake of the last few days, we will in school, because like you, none of us want to be ill over the summer holidays. You know, we're on our last legs here, like everyone else. We just want to get there and not have to self-isolate and all of that. So I'm sure it'll be the same for all of you too. But you know, it's your prerogative. It's you know, obviously we're making plans for September, and I'll go through those in a minute. But it is going to be great to get some normality back. So, as I say, last few days of that final week, we're just going to maintain what we're doing just to get through that final bit. We're just going to sail the ship home for those last few days. On September the 2nd and 3rd, we're going to have teacher training. So we've got to look at the risk assessments, we've got to look at contingency plans, and also because it'll be the first time that we'll be able to get all of our staff together in a full staff training, rather than having to do things remotely or repeat things over several evenings. It's going to be really important for us to get together as staff and do all the things that we need to do around policy checks and changes. There's loads of safeguarding information which has come through, you know, around cyberbullying, particularly with the MySpace stuff, and you know, loads of stuff around that we need to do. So that will be what we'll be doing. The children will be back on Monday the 6th of September. They'll be back in school then. The school times, as I said earlier, the staggered arrangements that we've had in place for the last 18 months will be gone. So it'll be going back to normal times. Now, I imagine a lot of you will have forgotten what those look like. So there is some stuff that will be up on the school website. Stacey will be sending some parent mail information out just to remind you, but just in case you want to know now, our reception Year 1 and Year 2 children will be coming in from 8:55 to... and they'll be finishing at 3:05 p.m. So just to repeat that, 8:55 a.m. all of those reception Year 1 and 2 children will be in, and they'll be leaving at 3:05 p.m. For Years 3, 4, 5 and 6, it's an 8:45 a.m. start, and those children will be leaving at 3:10 p.m. So that's what we're looking at. Stacey will get the information out to you via parent mail and everything else. Those are starts of the day, as in class, ready to go times. All right, so just so you know. Some of you may have forgotten which doors and playgrounds, etc., that the children wait in. So we'll get another video out later on. It'll either be towards the end of next week or in the last week. And we'll leave those videos up so that you can refer to those all the way during the summer holidays if you've got nothing better to do. But it will mean that you can refer to those sort of right up until the children return, just to remind yourselves and show your children where the children will need to line up and where they'll need to wait and all of that. So that will all be nice and clear for you. Now, one of the things that we are thinking about already is obviously because the staggered arrangements have meant that the footprint of people on the school at any one time has been kept to an absolute minimum, and that's worked really, really well for things like crossing the road and everything else. Now, obviously, going back to our normal arrangements means that the gate use, we could have lots of you coming in at any one time. So what we've done is we've employed a school crossing patrol officer. We've got lovely lollipop lady that's going to be working from 6th of September, so she'll be there the first day that the children are back, and she'll support with all of that traffic and crossing the road. So we're keeping that extra layer of safety there. So you'll all meet her on that first day, and so we'll see how that goes. Finally, all I wanted to say was another big thank you, really, to all of you. Just to say thanks so much for the support and encouragement you've given us. And the children, but particularly from a staff perspective, I know that all the staff, myself included, have felt incredibly well supported by you all. It's been a really tough year for all of us, you at home too, we really need to keep that going. And I know it's been a tough year for all of us, but you know what, we can really see light at the end of the tunnel now. So I'm going to speak to you again next week. I'll release another video, but until then, stay safe and come on England. So, speak to you soon. Cheers, bye-bye.